AM Best is maintaining its stable outlook for the Costa Rica insurance market. Here to discuss the market is Olga Rubo, Associate Director, AM Best. And Olga, what's the current outlook for Costa Rica's insurance market, and what are the main factors influencing this outlook?
The market is actually holding up pretty well right now, as the outlook is considered stable. Overall, things aren't expected to change dramatically, so no big swings up or down. The main reasons are the steady growth in the industry, the improvements in the government's fiscal situation, and a solid regulatory environment that keeps things running smoothly. However, it's not all smooth sailing. The country is still facing some economic challenges like uncertainty around the fiscal deficit and budget restrictions. There are also concerns about rising commodity prices and inflation, especially with global events like the conflict in the Middle East, which could potentially push prices higher. Even so, the insurance sector is expected to weather these bumps thanks to the strong foundation that it has and the government's efforts to keep the market well regulated.
How did Costa Rica's insurance market perform in 2025, and which lines of business contributed most to its growth?
Last year, the market saw some interesting developments. The total premiums written reached 1.3 billion Costa Rican colons, which is a 3.9% increase compared to the previous year. The biggest chunk came from mandatory auto insurance, which made up about a quarter of all the premiums. Growth was especially strong in the mandatory insurance segment, which went up by 7.3%, while voluntary insurance also grew, but at a slower pace of 2.8%. Within the voluntary insurance lines, the personal insurance stood out with a 6% growth, and health insurance saw the largest absolute increase in premiums, up by 13.6%. Overall, the market is maturing with more people and businesses looking for personal protection products. It's also worth noting that no insurer reported a net loss last year, which is a good sign of the market's health.
Olga, what are the main risks and opportunities facing Costa Rica's insurance market?
There are definitely some risks that insurers need to keep an eye on. Economic uncertainty is a big one, especially with the potential for inflation to rise if global commodity prices go up. There's also the risk of sudden changes in interest rates or external shocks that could affect the broader economy and, by extension, the insurance sector. Climate-related risks are another major concern, with the country being prone to floods, landslides, and storm surges, especially during volatile weather events like El Niño. On the opportunity side, things are looking up in several areas. The growing middle class and increased foreign investment in sectors such as tourism and real estate are driving demand for property and health insurance. The regulatory environment is also evolving, with new products like parametric insurance starting to appear. Parametric insurance pays out based on the occurrence of specific events like a storm, and INS just recently launched the country's first policy. Plus, the market is becoming more competitive, with 12 insurers now operating, despite INS still holding a dominant 62% market share. All these factors suggest that while there are challenges, there's also plenty of room for growth and innovation in the industry.
That was AM Best Associate Director Olga Rubo. You can find the full report online at ambest.com. For AM Best TV, I'm John Weber.